It's Rachel and John. Do it. You do it.
It's John and Rachel. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the late night portion of the show, and we appreciate you following us and listening to us or watching, whatever you're doing here. Know that we meet here at 5 Foster Plaza every Friday night, 5 to 6 p.m. We have cocktails or mocktails as we might have tonight. Won't give that teaser up there yet. Sometimes we have snacks like chocolate chip cookies, which you're missing out on right now. And so just join us every Friday night, 5 to 6 o'clock, as we record this.
There you go.
5 Foster
We
Plaza.
would be remiss because we are Good Deed Jags. We like to tell all the good stories that are happening in Pittsburgh, but we would be remiss if we did not call out the Jags who do things wrong. One of John's favorite things is when we're driving to get a little bit of road rage or for me to take photos of people doing wrong. We got 2 of those today.
Yeah. And one is a dumb criminal.
Yeah.
Right? We love dumb criminals on the blog because,
Okay, fine. Yeah.
if you steal a box car, like what's the aftermarket price of a box car? But
Right.
these guys
they
went and tried to break into a gun shop, as a matter of fact.
I forgot. You told me
Were
this
not
was the blog.
successful.
Yeah.
And they left a little bit of DNA, which was, of course, was on the deodorant stick that fell out of the car.
Only John.
So
right. You
we
can't
love
make that up.
good smelling criminals. We love it. So please make sure you bring your
second one
deodorant.
was, I have to credit my husband. Okay, so my husband and my family does get involved in this. My husband was driving in Bellevue, and there was a car in front of him. And the best part, you guys, if you're listening, you'll know, we knew the person. So when I crossed out the license plate, hopefully that person did not see that we got them on camera. You know those things whenever you're trying to get into like a website and it's encrypted and you have to click how many like stoplights there are and how many stop signs? That's what this looks like because the person is straddling a line and there's 2 different stoplights, there's 2 different lines. It's a Jag and you do not know where that person's going. Therefore, you don't know what lane to get into. So that's a Jag and we had to call them out.
If you happen to know the Rennebeck family and know the person, please don't tap them on the shoulder and say they were on our blog. In the meantime, as we said, it's 5 Foster Plaza is where we get together. And in 2025, we made a resolution that we will have snacks or drinks and things like that for your entertainment when you come down here.
Yeah, and we love it because it's going well so far. We called on our old friend from TLC Libations, Erika Turner. You are no stranger to anything with us at this point because you've been on the radio with us. We've been on Talk Pittsburgh together. You've done an event. You've done 2 events for us.
Yes.
And now here we are. I am not a fan of Valentine's Day, so I was like, are you?
Nah.
I love it. I knew we had more in common. And so I thought, it's not about all the rich foods and all the drink. I mean, you do some great drinks as well, but your mocktails are fantastic. So
thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about TLC Libations and what we're drinking.
Sure. So I'll start with what you're drinking.
Okay.
I call it the High Rosy. So it's hibiscus, rose, guava, honey.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that's it.
This one was my favorite. You gave us 4
This is
different flavors
delicious.
for our event, and this one was the hit. We got rid of all 4 bottles.
Oh, awesome. That makes me so happy.
So tell everybody, what made you get started into this business?
I've gotten that question a lot in the last year, and I can honestly say I don't know. But I'm happy to be here. I would say that when I was in high school, I wanted to open up a lounge, and I wrote a business plan my senior year. But of course, I did all the things I was supposed to do. I went to college, went to grad school, got a job, and I still wanted to open up this lounge. And then my mom was like, "Well, let's do some tastings. Let's familiarize yourself with the industry." I worked in hospitality a few years, actually a lot of years, and so I did an event for a friend. He asked me to donate some alcohol for his art opening, and here we are.
Wow, that's awesome. One thing led to another. Yeah,
it
that's
was
pretty
like
awesome.
The question of, I made sangria, and the question was, can you bottle this and sell it? And this was probably about 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And back then, RTDs, ready to drink cocktails, were not a thing. And so, it was kind of like, I don't know if I can sell it. And we kind of went on this journey. And then 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we became the first Black woman distillery in Pennsylvania.
How about that? Round of applause, right? That gives me chills. I love hearing that.
Yeah, so it has been fun. It has been a journey. So when people say, how did you get into it? It's not like I woke up and was like, hey, I want to do this. It was like, no, I kind of just fell into it.
Now, the cool thing is people can hire you to do parties. That's what
Correct.
we've seen, right? That's the side of your business we've
Yeah,
seen.
that's actually how we started. We started out doing beverage catering and bartending services. So people would come and say, hey, we did a lot of art shows. We did a lot of nonprofit organizations, kind of what we still do today, still what the root of what our business is today. So we did a lot of those. We did a lot of parties. And you can still get that service today. This year we are, branding and really pushing our slogan of less toast to creativity. So, we're trying to feature as many collaborations that we did in the past years, artists, musicians that we have worked with, because that's basically what TLC is. Every sip is filled with tender love and care, but we also have a very strong passion for the arts and creatives.
Wow.
You just say it all so well. TLC it is perfect.
Nervous,
and don't be nervous. Every time we've been around, first of all, you're a genuine person.
Thank you.
I love your energy. And I met you, actually, it was the Babesburg event was the first one. So we have to shout out to Babesburg because they are really behind cultivating and really helping support, women-owned businesses.
For
yeah.
sure.
So.
I'm in Babesburg, Barrel and Flow. Those events are like perfect because they get everything that I love in one place.
For sure.
So this started as kind of a hobby. Now it became your job. Do you still love it as much as you did?
Yes.
Yes.
I love the creating part.
Yeah.
I love the producing part. The business part can kind of go somewhere.
Yeah.
But your mom does it with you, right? Your partners
do it with my mom does. She does it with me. She's
awesome.
like almost retired at this point.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
but she has been critical in everything that we've been doing for the past years. But she worked for 30, 40 years.
Of course.
It's time for her to travel.
So
Cheers
I see
to your
out
mom.
even in the darkness, some people are drinking this. This is pretty awesome.
So where can everybody find and follow you?
Okay, so you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at TLC Libations, online at www.tlclibations.com, and that's TLC Libations. And then you can find us actually in the Homewood area at 7800 Susquehanna. We're on the 4th floor. We're below a boxing gym and above the Trade Institute, which is really weird and quirky, but it works.
It's Pittsburgh. Thank you so much for bringing us our amazing mocktails. And now we get to bring to you a little jag brag from People's Gas. So stay tuned on your Jagoff Late Night.
It's John and Rachel.
And I'm Nick with People's Natural Gas.
And this is a jag brag.
Well, it's been a chilly winter here in Western Pennsylvania, but our team at People's has been working around the clock to keep you safe and warm without busting your budget.
We at People's believe that everyone deserves the peace of mind to keep their homes warm during the cold winter months. Just like extra layers of clothing protect us from the cold, we have our customer assistance programs that protect people in need.
Layers. I could use layers right now. Like what?
First, we have a program that's open to all income levels, budget billing, which spreads peak season costs over the course of the year. CAP is our main program. It provides an income-based monthly payment to provide a more predictable bill. Our team also helps customers apply for grants from the Dollar Energy Fund and LIHEAP, which can further help cover winter heating costs.
Well, these are good layers, and those are good programs to help make big bills into smaller bills. What about if people have issues with their home that they need to fix?
Yeah, we do that too. You might be eligible for weatherization upgrades, which make your home more energy efficient, saving you money. And People's provides emergency repair assistance to help cover critical heating system repairs to help keep you warm through the winter months.
Well, Danielle, now I feel all layered up, ready, so bring on the cold.
Great. Well, if you or anyone you know needs help keeping your home warm this winter, please give us a call, 1-800-400-WARM.
You can also go to peoples-gas.com. We have a program finder there that's quick, free, easy to use, anonymous. You can find out what programs you're eligible for. We're here to help you make lives better for everyone in our community.
Welcome to Fernandez. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas. Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
It's Rachel and John back to late night, and Bree White, we've bumped into you so many times, and sort of like your social media presence and our social media presence, we all grew up together.
Yeah.
Although the fact that you're much younger than I am. Yeah.
I don't know about much younger, but
so welcome to the podcast. You're in our new space here, and Not So Bad Digs in here, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about, first of all, Bree, you have Breelicious Bites, and talk about that so everybody gets oriented to. Maybe they're just tuning in for the first time.
Okay. So Breelicious Bites is my food blog. This year I'm celebrating 10 years of having my food blog, so I'm super excited about that.
How about that?
There we go.
Anniversary was in January, and so I'm having my signature event later this year, August 2nd, the Wing and Mac Smackdown. It's going to be the ultimate Wing and Mac Smackdown. So
Wings and Mac.
Wings and Mac.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we did the event last year. It was an amazing turnout. We actually had Erika from TLC Libations make a signature cocktail for me. In addition, we sold like 200 tickets. We had 14 competitors. Some made both wings and mac. Some just did wings. Some just did mac and cheese. But it was a great event, and so we're going to be doing it bigger than that. August 2nd, save the date for the ultimate Wing and Mac Smackdown.
It sounds like we have to get those tickets early. You know, Yinzers,
Yes.
we always book things late. It's
Pittsburgh
the day
is
before.
Pittsburgh is a day of city.
Yes.
It is so
Yes.
true. Yes.
So true.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's not it, though. I mean, it's amazing. Kudos to you for 10 years. That's not an easy
Thank
feat.
you.
We certainly know that. But in the meantime, you're doing so many other things. What I love is you started collaborations before collaborations were a thing. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now. There's some events going on in March and April that you're affiliated with.
Yes. So we just got done. We have to mention the chili cook-off because
Oh,
you all were
yeah,
there.
okay.
Oh, right.
We have to
So we
mention
got
the
to
chili-
stop there.
Is it
was
surprised that we were late?
No.
I told her I would be, though. I said I'm going to stop.
Yeah, but I was so glad to see you both there. But we had the chili cook-off last week. Amazing turnout. We had it at BJ's Event Center on the north side. We had 11 competitors.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so it was a great turnout, and we donated a portion of the proceeds to 412 Thrive.
Yeah.
So shout out to y'all for that. Yeah, so it was a great event. So I just wanted to partner with Pittsburgh Happy Hour and Martha on the Move podcast to do the chili cook-off. Coming up, I'm partnering with Diana Rue Media, the Pittsburgher. She's doing St. Practice Fest, the pierogi contest. I'll be one of the judges for that next month. So I'm super excited. I worked with Diana in the past.
And that's a crawl also, right?
Yes,
That's
it's a crawl.
You get to try different pierogies from different places. And somebody is like a 3-time champion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
she
know
was just
that.
telling us that.
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And probably by the end of it, I'll be crawling and not walking.
That
carbs,
sounds
right?
like a carb crawl for sure,
Yes,
right? Stuffing
yes,
with
yes,
pierogies. What's the secret when you're judging something like that? You know, pierogies or pizza like they had here the other week.
I've
You know,
seen that.
what, like just tasting it? Because you can't eat how many entries there are, full pierogi, right?
But you have to taste it.
Yes.
So for me, I'm really big on presentation. So I feel like you eat with your
Okay.
eyes first. So if it looks appealing, like that's really going to up my score. Like, you know what I mean? Presentation is definitely very important. Of course, taste, texture, depending on what the food is. You don't want, the food to be, the pierogi to be rubbery or different things like that.
Okay.
And for pierogies also, like what it's going to be filled with. So I'm
Exactly.
looking for something that's creative, not just like the typical potatoes and onions. I want something like creative too. So
Yeah, good point.
yeah.
And you're working with the August Wilsons. We were just at
Yes.
August Wilson Center, and amazing.
It's a beautiful space. It's
Such
a beautiful
space, yeah.
So the August Wilson House, which is on the Hill District, they host
Oh,
this.
I'm sorry. I thought you said the center.
Yeah, but they're
I get it.
connected.
Yeah, there's a connection.
So every year they host August Wilson Block Party,
Right.
usually at the end of April. So this year I believe it's April 26th is that last April. last Saturday in April, and I'm actually hosting a mac and cheese contest specifically for the August Wilson block party. So I'm super excited about that. Last year I had my Wing and Mac Smackdown on the same day as the August Wilson block party, but it was right after.
Okay.
And this year we decided to collaborate, and so I'll be hosting a mac and cheese contest. So we'll be looking for contestants coming up really soon on that. So I'm super excited to partner with the August Wilson House and August Wilson block party.
What a powerhouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look at you.
Absolutely.
10 years doing all these things.
10 years. I'm doing all the things this year because next year I'm taking off.
Oh, is that right?
I just want to travel. I just kind of want. I say that now, but next year I'll find something else to get into. But so I want to do everything. And my plan also this year to celebrate my 10 years is to do a giveaway every month of some sort.
I love that.
In January I gave away 2 free tickets to the Wing and Mac Smackdown, which is 9 till August again.
Yeah.
This February I gave away 2 free tickets to the chili contest. I'll be giving some tickets away for the pierogi fest and so on and so on. So stay tuned to all the giveaways I'll be doing this year.
We need to get you on our tailgate, because everything in Pittsburgh deserves a tailgate sometime around July, so we could.
That's my birthday month too.
There you go.
Same?
That's why
Same?
we'll tailgate your birthday.
Yes.
But you're also, speaking of travel, I know we only have a couple more minutes, but you're the travel extraordinaire now also. Somewhat?
Yeah, something like that. I like to travel, but there's been a lot of plane crashes lately, so I'm like, I might need to slow down on that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's a train. There's always
a train. But the trains can't. Well, they can't take you everywhere.
Forever. Yeah.
But yes, I love to travel. I was in St. Croix in January. I was in Jamaica for Christmas. I went down to Houston for the for the Usher concert in November. So yeah, but I don't have any other trips planned this year. So I really want to go to Costa Rica this year, possibly for my birthday.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Do our tailgate.
Are you a travel aloner kind of person, or do you like to take a group of people?
No, not a group either. Not alone, but not a group. Okay. Somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a person that would travel alone. I just don't see that happening.
I've only done one solo trip. I've done one solo trip, and I went to Vegas. It was my first time going to Vegas. That was some years ago. I had a blast, and I would probably do another solo trip, but I like traveling with other people.
I love it. Bree, where can everybody find you, follow you, learn all of the things that you're doing, and really just keep up with all that you're doing?
Yeah. So Breelicious Bites is the name of my food blog. So I'm on Instagram at Breelicious Bites, also Facebook Breelicious Bites as BREELICIOUS Bites. In addition to that, which I didn't get a chance to mention yet, I own a boating business called called Cultivate Cruises, and we take people on tours of the 3 rivers, just providing Black excellence on the water. We have a good time. We had our first season last year, so we're gearing up for the second season. Boating season officially starts on May 1st.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, and so Cultivate Cruises is the name of our boating business, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook there as well. CULTURVAT.
I feel like we should be singing
Cruises.
That with you.
Yeah, we should make a jingle. Say it again. I'm sorry.
CULTURVATE. Cultivate Cruises. And speaking of Cultivate Cruises, this is my junk drawer.
I love that you're passing
my
this
junk
along,
drawer
guys.
item. And it's so funny because I've been looking for these coins, and today I decided to look in my kitchen drawer, and I found 100 coins. There were 2 big packs of them, and I didn't know where they went. And I'm like, what am I going to bring for this junk drawer? And I was so excited that I found one of our Cultivate coins. And so we use these as marketing. And so we would give these to people. It has our Cultivate logo on one side, and then our phone number on the other side where it says book now.
Love.
Yes, that's for you all.
You are so thoughtful and such a marketing whiz. And, we are celebrating Black History Month all month, obviously, and specifically want to call out the Black-owned businesses. And that is such a unique one that we don't think about that all the time, right? But people want to see our city in a different way. And
and that's
we're here all the time, so we're not thinking about it.
Right. And so, and I can't swim, but I love being on the water. And I love, the boating business has been very successful, and, super excited about season 2 and beyond.
That you did that. Yeah, I saw that last summer. Good for you.
Where do we pick up the boat?
You have to get on the boat.
Yes.
Let's do where you at on the boat.
Yes.
Yeah. Where do we
go? So last year we were at Washington's Landing. We're thinking about moving marinas, and so that'll be forthcoming. But if you follow Cultivate Cruises on social media, you'll be able to see where the pickup locations are and everything. So.
All right. Our question of the day, Bree, that's a big thing here.
Yes.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Not a fan of Valentine's Day. How about you?
I absolutely. And Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday.
I'm trying to reel you all in.
The wrong answer for Rachel. You're lucky we didn't ask you in the beginning. She would have asked you to leave.
No, I wouldn't. Outside of my birthday, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday.
Really?
So I love love. I love hearts. I was just talking to another person who's here. You know, all my tattoos are heart. I have 5 tattoos. I love love.
Who
and
knew?
so what's not to love about Valentine's Day?
Listen, you're the
Bree,
best.
you're
We
awesome.
appreciate you.
It is Rachel and John late night, and coming up, the bigwig of the Pittsburgh Magazine.
That was a good.
Welcome to Fanatic. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap in?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich, the cook. Here we go.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
It's Rachel and John back to late night, and Pittsburgh Magazine, a tradition, a cultural tradition, an institution around Pittsburgh, right? And I hazard to say that because when people are called institutions, they say, well, that means that our organization is old. But it really has a lot of wisdom.
Means
and
longevity.
The wisdom is guided by Betsy Benson. And welcome back to the podcast.
No,
right?
she has never been on.
Not even at the other place on McKnight Road.
No.
Is that right?
I visited with you, but
Right.
never been
okay.
on the
This
air.
is big time.
Wow.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
really
serious.
looking forward to
Play
it.
the
We're so
breaking
happy
news
you're
bumper.
here. Well, as everyone knows, we have the Pittsburgh Magazine folks on quarterly, whether it's Christy Graver talking about the latest thing that she's written that's fantastic, or Katie coming on and telling us about some of the events that you're doing. But we are really thrilled that you're here because now every year at the beginning issue, you release who the Pittsburgher of the year is. And you know,
Yes, we
Betsy,
do.
what I love is I heard people talking about this at holiday parties. Like they literally are thinking like,
I
who
love
is
to hear
going to
that.
be the Pittsburgher of the year? So you've created such a buzz. How difficult is it? Let's keep them hanging in case they
Okay.
didn't see.
Okay.
How difficult is it? And what is the process ish?
Well, some years it is more difficult than other years. We talk about it all year long. So Virginia Lynn, our editor, our whole team of editors, and myself, and other people in the at the magazine, it's sort of an open conversation. If someone says, "Hey, you know who we should consider when we're deciding is X," and Virginia is great at sort of keeping a list of, these are the 4 people that were brought up during the year. And then we also ask readers, we put out a query, hey, who do you think should be Pittsburgher of the Year? I don't know that we've ever picked anybody that, specifically that someone sort of nominated. But no, and then when it comes down to crunch time and we have to make the decision, again, sometimes it's really easy, sometimes it's really hard.
And then when we announce the Pittsburgher of the Year, do you typically have to give a lot of background as to why that person's what they've done over the last year or something like that?
I mean, we
Because
do.
They're usually a fairly well-known entity, right?
Usually, I mean, when you look at, you mentioned August Wilson earlier in the podcast. He's been Pittsburgher of the Year twice in the 38 years, I think, we've been doing it, which predates me.
Sure.
But August Wilson has won twice. Teresa Hines has won twice. The Pirates have won twice. I mean, spread that over almost 40 years,
Sure.
But yes, there was always a very specific reason. And I always say, Virginia, write the rationale, whichever editor I've worked with over the 20-some years. Okay, what's the rationale? And then that's her cue to write the couple of paragraphs that are going to sum up everything that we talked about, that why we're bestowing this honor. And then we assign the writer, who then goes real deep in, doing that profile or that piece that will really make the case for why that person or team
Yeah.
or group of people is the Pittsburgher or Pittsburghers of the year.
So you know what I got from that. That means you need to start nominating your Jagoff for Pittsburgher of the year for next year.
Early and often.
Because they'll...
right.
No, I'm just kidding. The people, we say this about you guys all the time. We'll email you guys and say, hey, saw this story. Can we interview that person? Can you give us a little more context? Things like that. You are fantastic as far as collaborations. And we did the same thing when it was Rich Fitzgerald's year. And we did an entire episode on him for his final year. So that was a great, I mean, just people who really just embody our city, and
drum roll.
Drum roll, because
drum roll. Okay.
Yes.
What
So
is-
fantastic.
Do you want to? No, let's tease it one more time.
Oh,
if you
wait,
don't
John
mind,
said no.
No, if you don't mind. So when you understand who the Pittsburgher of the year is in Virginia, or the editor goes and does their thing, are you shocked at anything that you read? Like, oh my gosh,
That's
I
a good
did
question.
not know this. We know
there's
McCutcheon's
always
a baseball player, but we don't know.
There's always something
Yeah.
that the writer comes up with. Christina Ravalis has written quite a few of our Pittsburgher of the year profiles, and she's a great writer and a great interviewer. So she will come up with a kernel. Like, I thought I knew Rich Fitzgerald's, story.
Sure.
But there was something in there that I was like, oh, I forgot that, or I didn't know that. That's always the case, I think. Always.
That's
There's
And like you
something.
said, you go deep because you're really getting to know the meat of the person, right? Sometimes you're doing a
Yes.
story and it's about a particular topic.
Right.
With this, you're really digging to find out more about the person.
What is that person truly like, and
Right.
how are they prepared to make this big accomplishment or have this big impact on the region?
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so if you somehow do not live in Western Pennsylvania, or you're under a rock in Western Pennsylvania and you don't know who that person is, we heard about it a couple of weeks ago, and we're so glad that you're here to talk about it. Who is the Pittsburgher of the year?
Pittsburgher of the year is Christina Cassotis, the CEO of the Pittsburgh Airport.
Yeah,
amazing. Just an amazing
alumnus
person.
of the Pittsburgh of the Jagoff
podcast. Yeah, she was here.
Yes, I heard
Yes,
she
yes.
was here.
Yeah. One of the most leading women from, women embody leadership so differently, right? I don't know a quality she doesn't have. It's so fair to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's tough. She's funny.
Yes.
She's bold. She's unafraid.
Yes.
Has a lighter side, but she's the bold decision making. As she says in the article, her job is to kick over rocks.
Yep.
That's how she describes, because she came into this town with a bunch of sacred cows and
Yes.
things that people didn't want to hear, and the way the airport was run was the way it was going to be run, and she didn't believe any of. She just kept kicking over the rocks.
Yeah.
Even when people protested and and got mean and mad at her, it just hasn't slowed her down a bit. She's extremely ambitious in the best possible way.
That's it. That's so well put. Yeah, that's exactly it. And she continues to do it in a very sophisticated way.
She is. She's very smart. I mean,
Yes.
she has her MBA from MIT, I think. It's all in the story.
Yeah.
But she also was kind of very a late career bloomer, which
Yes.
is a nice lesson for people who aren't sure what they want to do, and maybe they think, I'm in my 30s, or I'm even in my early 40s, and I can't change careers. She changed careers several times.
That's a great point, yeah.
And and then discovered her love for not just airports and flying, but managing airports to be their best.
Yeah.
selves.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So-
you headed off at the pass. I'm sorry, you
Oh,
headed
no.
me off at the pass with the question, because she really was turning over the sacred cows out here.
Right.
Hey, wait, some people still think we're a U.S. Airways hub. Like, for God's
Exactly.
sakes, give all that up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She had to say, give up this whole hub
Stop.
dream.
Yeah, just stop it.
And Rich Fitzgerald, who hired her,
Yes.
she first had to teach him this lesson, and then, reluctantly, he had to agree with her, hired her, and then let her do her job.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right. And Betsy, obviously this issue is out now, and we encourage everybody to make sure that they're reading about that. But what can we be looking forward to as well? Any big stories that we should know about coming up?
Well, right now we're working, our Jan-Feb is combined, and
Yep.
that's our Pittsburgher of the Year issue. It also has the best new restaurants in
Oh,
there,
right,
as
right.
well as there is a ton of stuff in this issue.
Yeah.
The next issue is also combined. It's March, April. So March, April is again, packed with a lot of stuff, because when we do these double issues, we really pack it in so people feel like they're getting a blockbuster.
Sure.
So you'll get,
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get your cover features, you'll get your home magazine,
Okay.
which is, Pittsburghers are obsessed with their houses. We have found they love to read about other people's houses. They like to work on their own houses.
We're Nebby, that's it.
So a home magazine will be polybagged in there with your regular issues.
Oh,
so
that's
you
awesome.
get not only March, April, you also get home. So you kind of get 3 magazines if you're a subscriber, mailed to you at home. Then after the March, April issue, then we're into May, of course, which is Best Doctors. Always a perennial favorite.
Of course.
People don't just read that, but they keep it, they refer to it. So we'll be doing a Best Doctors issue as long as some kind of wellness kind of content. May has become our wellness issue each year. And then June is the Best Restaurants issue. We think of May, June, and July as our trifecta each year. There are 3 really strong doctors, restaurants, and then Best of the Burg in July. So we get into this sort of runway where we're doing those 3 issues as best we can.
We want to remind everybody we're speaking to Betsy Benson, the big kahuna over at the Pittsburgh Magazine.
I know, he's coming up with all different
I like it
names.
because those
Publisher.
Pittsburghers, we respect that sort of, that grassroots kind of thing. So we appreciate you coming here. We've asked you a lot of questions, but none of them are more important than the next 2.
Uh-oh.
Do you know that? So first of all, do you happen to have a junk drawer item for us?
Yes, I do. I have it in my
Okay.
pocket.
Would you
Okay.
like me to
All
hold the
right.
magazine?
Thank you.
Okay.
And while you're getting it, it's roses are red, violets are blue. I don't like Valentine's Day, do you? Come on,
I
Betsy.
do not like going out to eat for
Okay.
Valentine's
All right.
Day.
I love that you played middle of the road there. Yeah, that was good. That was a good
Never
answer.
go out to eat. There was a St. Valentine's Day massacre in my own personal history, and I swore I would never go out. Where you get gouged on the dinner, and then they ask you to leave, so they can turn the table.
Yes, understood.
So
Yes.
I don't love
Not a dream.
Valentine's
I get it.
Day.
Too
but-
bad there wasn't a Jagoff blog back then. You could have written from that.
That's right.
You could have submitted
That's
it.
right.
We would have posted it. What
All
is
right,
our gift?
what do we have here?
This is a Go Red pen
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
for the Heart Association.
Oh, I love that.
So that's a symbol of a woman with a red dress. So it's Go Red for women.
Yes.
This is Heart Month.
Yep.
The American Heart Association had a 100-year centennial last year, so they're 100 years old. Plus, they do an incredible amount of fundraising to finance research on our hearts, and also a lot of wonderful activities to teach people how to do CPR. Katie Miller was just getting refreshed on CPR last Friday. They had an event downtown. So they just offer a lot of opportunities to get involved, and we're a big supporter and a friend of the Heart Association in Pittsburgh.
Well, we are honored that Pittsburgh Magazine is a supporter and friend of ours. Betsy, everybody can find you at pittsburghmagazine.com and follow you on all the socials. Katie does an amazing job. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Next up, we are taking you out with some music, and we have some 412-dos. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night.
I'm Scott Baker, president and founder of 5 Generation Bakers. You probably know us for our famous Jenny Lee swirl bread. We know Jenny Lee is delicious on its own, but we want to answer this question. How do you swirl with Jenny Lee?
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that can provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
Hey, so I'm here in Bridgeville, walking a few blocks here, and if you have walked along these same streets or maybe driven past, as these folks are doing, you've probably noticed statues, some really lifelike, every few blocks or so over the last few years. So that is what we're exploring today. Now, these are part of Public Art Bridgeville, and some of them have been here for a couple of years, and they have new ones that they'll bring in with each new cycle. The detail down to the brooch, their handbags, and you'll see sculptor Seward Johnson, who has a couple more sculptures around the area as well.
It's Rachel and John, and this is one of our favorite parts of the podcast every week because we always highlight local musicians.
Favorite part, yep.
This really is a cool thing. And so here we are. We'll have a little bit of an interview, then we'll get to hearing music. So, Kevin, welcome to the podcast. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I can't believe it's taken this long. We have so many roots that mix here. We have Amy back from the parking pad, and that's where you kind of
why I'm here, I believe. Yes,
thank you so much to the parking pad. But the name of your band, Kevin, is
Barnacle Feet.
I love that. Why?
Three of my bandmates, we were in a bigger band called the Argonauts. We're a 9-piece funk band with horns and everything.
Okay.
And during the COVID times in 2020 at the end, we were all kind of, nobody wanted to be in a basement. 9 of us didn't want to be in a basement at the time, obviously, if you remember.
Sure.
And so I reached out to the drummer and the bassist and was like, hey, let's start a band. So we just started doing it and then was like, hey, let's continue this. And I was looking for a name, and because it was the Argonauts and it's ship and whatever, and I was thinking, Walk the Plank. So I would type in, so there's a band, Walk the Plank. And I sat there for about an hour. And I'm actually a my son brought me as a SpongeBob fan. And
there you go.
He says a lot of Barnacle, and there's a lot of that stuff. So it did kind of stick in me, and that's how it became about.
Tracy must have keyed you in that I typically mess up the names, so I appreciate the fact that it is literally on the hat that you're facing me.
So easy.
I debated about wearing it, but I'm like,
cheated on that. So what kind of music do you guys play? I know you play covers like you talked before we got on, Beatles, but what's your style, do you think?
It's funny, Barry, when you do a band, I think psychedelic rock. We're in the jam band, a lot of our friends' bands are jam bands of the Pittsburgh scenes. But yeah, I would say psychedelic rock is probably where we're at.
What a unique category. And you have a show coming up in April with our friend Mark at 565.
Yes, 565 Speakeasy. That's our album release party.
Pretty cool.
April 5th. The actual album comes out April 4th. And yeah, tickets are on sale right now through the 565 website.
Is album as in vinyl or album as in
in streaming?
Okay, got it. All right.
In fact, my wife keeps on saying the CD release, and I'm like, nope, we have no CDs.
I can't wait for someone to come out and say, we have an 8-track release.
8-track release, yeah.
Even I can't get around that.
We actually talked about it because cassettes, I grew up to that stuff.
Yeah.
I
love it. Now, we love to know more about your band, but we really have to know two really important questions. One, the question of the day is...
Roses are
red, violets are blue. Not a fan of Valentine's Day. How about you? Your wife's in the room.
I am. Please. I am. And yes, and she is the one that tells me to calm it down.
There you go. All
right.
I have to pull. So we've actually we're about to hit our 30th year of being together in March.
Congratulations!
Yeah. And yes, she's taught me well. So in fact, Amy was talking about flowers, and I learned a long time ago she doesn't want me to pay for flowers. So she loves flowers, but she doesn't want me to pay for them. So I don't.
I love it.
I don't go extravagant.
Did you bring us a junk?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, this is it's a dart gun.
It's a dart gun. Dart.
And
dart from a dart gun.
A dart from from a Nerf that was probably my son's, I believe. And actually,
You found it on a floor? Or
it was in a drawer. Okay. And as I was picking it out, I was like, oh, I wonder if they got one of these. So if you have like another one and, you're
I love it.
collecting
We have
ammunition.
some, so thank you for adding two. All right, so we are going to get to hear Kevin perform, but before we do that, it is the 412 do's coming
from
at
our
you.
friend Allie at Alloy 26. How about that?
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? It's Allison Yee from Alloy 26 here with your 412 Do's, your weekly roundup of what's happening in and around Pittsburgh, North Side edition. Get ready because it's going to be a fun couple weeks. Whether you're looking to get fancy or freeze your butt off, there's something for everyone. At the National Aviary, there's Flamingo Fest on February 22nd and 23rd. If you're feeling fancy, it's time to bust out your flamingo pink and join the National Aviary's Flamingo Fest to make flamingo crafts, hang out with the flock, and get your picture with the coolest pink birds in town. It's like a tropical getaway, except it's still February in Pittsburgh, but hey, it's close enough. Then there's the Pittsburgh Plunge on February 22nd as well. And if you're looking for something a little more chill, don't miss the Pittsburgh Plunge at Acrisure Stadium. Jump in, freeze your face off, but do it for a great cause with Special Olympics PA. It's at 11 a.m. and trust me, you'll be feeling it long after you get out of the water. At the Children's Museum on February 23rd, they're doing a make shop. It's for all the creative minds out there. They're hosting a book and magazine making workshop using recycled materials, paper, bookbinding tools to create your own book or mini magazine. Get your DIY on and maybe you'll start the next big literacy craze. Right here at Alloy 26 on February 25th, we're hosting United Way's Fireside Chat. So you can head right to our lounge and auditorium for a fireside chat, and no, not the actual fire kind, unless you're imagining one in your mind. It's United Way of Southwestern PA's deconstructed fireside chat with reinvention coach Christy Ufelman. It's from 5 to 7 p.m. and it's all about fresh starts and making moves, perfect for a Monday night. Skip the Netflix, get some inspiration. And then we're also hosting here at Union Fitness in Nova Place a pop-up massage event on Monday, February 24th. If you're feeling sore after all the events and chilly plunges, don't miss this pop-up massage event. They're offering free cupping and scraping. Get some relaxation in and maybe just relax a little. So there you have it. A packed week full of fun, cold water, crafts, and plenty of flamingos. Head out to these awesome events, and I'll catch you next time on the 412 Do's.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's.
Welcome to Flamingo. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap in?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
It's Tuesday evening and you know what that means. It's our day now and we don't have to leave. We're all sucked up, now let's blow off some steam. It's time for dinner and the stream, yeah. Fish dinner, Tuesday night. Fish dinner. Look up the recipe and I'll start up the grill. 25 weeks watching our favorite shows. The food is done and it's getting near. It's time for Columbus and it's free, yeah. Fish dinner, Tuesday night. Fish dinner. Tuesday night, fish dinner. Tuesday night and you know what that means. Fish dinner, Tuesday night. Fish dinner, all night long. Fish dinner, Tuesday night. It's fish dinner.
Oh, okay. The whole time I was trying to think, who does he sound like? Bare Naked Ladies. Bare Naked Ladies. Hopefully that's a compliment. Give a shout out to the names of the rest of the folks in the band.
We've got Joe Shields, we've got Louis Costa, and Ryan Verco.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, in the meantime, someone gave us a secret
on
Valentine.
Our new chairs, we got new Valentines. So
yes, your wife gave us chocolate chip cookies.
We got the best chocolate chip cookies. This is our
Delicious.
dinner. We appreciate it.
All right,
very,
so we're
very
opening
much.
up. We have not seen these. You're an excellent friend. It's bacon and egg.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Bun a good friend. Listen, that is so stinking cute.
John Jagoff Music Engagement Team.
That is
so awesome.
Stinking cute.
Thank you so
guys,
much.
You're
That
awesome.
is awesome.
Thank you to everyone who came on the show. Erika Turner, make sure you check out TLC Libations. Thank you as always to Pittsburgh Magazine for being a fantastic partner and coming on quarterly. We had the one and only Betsy Benson. Make sure you get your copy of the magazine today.
Yeah, thanks to Tracy, Johnny, and Michaela for helping us always execute this. We really appreciate
Bree
that.
from Breelicious.
And Breelicious from Breelicious Bites.
And he lives in a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants. Barnacle Feet. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Awesome.